friends! Yesterday we started our fourth Magic Treehouse book, Pirates Past Noon by Mary Pope Osborne. Remember, Jack and Annie have already been on 3 adventures. They went to the time of the dinosaurs, they went to a castle where they saw the knight, and they went to Egypt where they followed the black cat. And this adventure, it looks like it involves pirates, and we know there's a parrot. And Annie has named the parrot Polly. Jack and Annie thought they were just going to a beach. They didn't know they were going to see pirates. They did not look at the cover of the book. So let's find out what happens next. But first, let's look at our book map. Our title is Pirates Past Noon. We also know who our characters are. We have Jack, Annie, and the parrot. Our setting, or where our story takes place so far, has been in the woods and on the beach. And we don't know when or what yet. But let's keep reading to find out. Today we're going to read chapters 3, 4, and 5. Chapter 3, 3 Men in a Boat. We've come to the time of pirates, Jack said. Pirates, squeaked Annie, like in Peter Pan? Jack flipped to the picture that showed the parrot, the sea, and the ship. He read the caption under the picture. 300 years ago, pirates raided Spanish treasure ships in the Caribbean Sea. He grabbed his notebook and pencil from his pack. He wrote, Pirates in the Caribbean. He turned to the next page. There was a picture of a pirate flag. He read, the skull and crossbones flag was called the Jolly Roger. Let's go, said Annie. Wait, said Jack, I want to make a drawing of the flag. He propped the pirate book up in the sand. He started drawing the Jolly Roger flag. Don't copy the picture in the book, said Annie. Look at the real thing. But Jack pushed his glasses into place and kept drawing. Jack, some pirates are getting into a rowboat, said Annie. Jack kept drawing. Jack, the boat's leaving the big ship, said Annie. What? Jack looked up. Look, Annie pointed. Jack looked. He saw the rowboat coming toward the shore. Run, said Annie. She started running toward the treehouse. Jack jumped up. His glasses fell off. Hurry, Annie called back to him. Jack went down on his knees. He felt for his glasses. Where were they? Jack saw something glinting in the sand. He reached for it. It was his glasses. He snatched them up. Then he threw his notebook and pencil into his pack. He put the pack on his back. He grabbed his boots and his socks, and he took off running. Hurry, they're coming! Annie was at the top of the rope ladder. Jack looked back at the sea. The pirates were closer to the shore. Suddenly, Jack saw the pirate book. In all the confusion, he had forgotten it. It was still propped up in the sand. Oh man, I forgot the book, he said. He dropped his socks and boots below the treehouse. Come on, Jack, Annie shouted. I'll be right back, Jack called. I've got to get the book. Jack, forget it. But Jack was already running toward the water. Jack grabbed the book. Come back, Annie shouted. Jack shoved the book into his backpack. Suddenly, a giant wave carried the rowboat right onto the beach. Run, Jack, shouted Annie. 3 big pirates splashed onto the sand. They had knives in their teeth. They had pistols in their belts. They charged toward Jack. Run, Jack, run, cried Annie. Chapter 4, Vile Booty. Jack started to run across the hot sand. He ran as fast as he could, but the pirates ran faster. Before Jack knew it, the biggest pirate had grabbed him. Jack struggled, but the pirate had huge, strong arms. He held on to Jack and laughed a mean, ugly laugh. He had a shaggy black beard. A patch covered one eye. Jack heard Annie yelling. He saw her coming down the rope ladder. "Stay where you are," Jack shouted. But Annie kept coming. "Leave him alone, you bully," she cried. The other two pirates laughed meanly. They were dirty and ragged. Annie charged up to the biggest pirate. "Let him go," she said. She hit the pirate with her fist and kicked him, but the pirate just growled. Then he grabbed her too, and with his giant hands he held Jack and Annie as if they were two kittens. "No one escapes Captain Bones," he roared. His breath was terrible. "Let go," Annie shouted into his face, but Captain Bones just smiled. All his teeth were black. Annie fell silent. Captain Bones laughed loudly. Then he turned to the other two pirates. "Find out what's in their house, you dogs," he said. "Aye, aye, Captain," they answered, and they started up the ladder to the treehouse. "What do you spy, Pinky?" shouted Captain Bones. "Books, Captain," Pinky shouted down. "Arr, books," growled Captain Bones. He spit on the sand. "I want gold, you dogs." "Dogs are nicer than you," said Annie. "Shh," said Jack. "What about you, Stinky?" Captain Bones roared. "Just books, Captain," shouted Stinky. "Ah, books," said Captain Bones. He spit on the sand again. "I hate books. Keep looking, dogs. Find me something good." Captain Bones grabbed Jack's backpack. "What's in here?" he said. "Nothing." Jack quickly opened the pack. "Just paper, a pencil, and a book." "Another book," roared Captain Bones. "That's vile booty." A gleeful shriek pierced the air. Captain Bones froze. "What's that?" he shouted. "Look, Captain, look!" Pinky leaned out of the treehouse window. He held the medallion. It glimmered in the sunlight. "Oh, brother," thought Jack. "Throw it down," cried Captain Bones. "It's not yours," shouted Annie. Captain Bones dropped Jack and Annie. He caught the medallion as it fell. "Gold, gold, gold," he cried. Captain Bones threw back his head and laughed horribly. He grabbed two of his pistols. He shot them into the air. Pinky and Stinky howled like wolves. Chapter 5, The Kid's Treasure. Jack and Annie watched in horror. The gold-greedy pirates seemed to have lost their minds. Jack nudged Annie. Together they started to back slowly away from the pirates, toward the treehouse. "Halt!" Captain Bones shouted. He aimed his pistols at them. "Not another step, lubbers." Jack and Annie froze. Captain Bones grinned his black-toothed grin. "Tell old Bones where the rest is," he said, "or prepare to meet thy doom." What rest?" said Annie. "The rest of the treasure," roared Captain Bones. "I know it's on this island. I have a map." He reached into a belt pouch and pulled out a torn piece of paper. He waved it at Jack and Annie. "Is that a treasure map?" asked Jack. "Aye, it's a map telling about kids' treasure." "Which kids' treasure?" "Not us kids," said Annie. "We don't know anything about any kid's treasure." "Why don't you read the map?" said Jack. "You read it." Captain Bones shoved the map in Jack's face. Jack stared at the strange marks on the paper. "What does that mean?" asked Jack. "What does what mean?" asked Captain Bones. "Those words." Jack pointed at the words at the bottom of the map. "Well, it means..." Captain Bones' good eye squinted at the writing. He frowned. He coughed. He rubbed his nose. "Aw, leave him alone," Pinky growled at Jack. You know he can't read, said Stinky. Quiet, Captain Bones roared at his men. Jack and I can read, Annie piped up. Shh, said Jack. Captain, make 'em read the map, said Stinky. Captain Bones gave Jack and Annie a dark look. Read it, he growled. Then will you let us go, said Jack. The pirate squinted his good eye. Aye, lubber. When the treasure's in me hands, I'll let you go. Okay, said Jack, I'll read it to you. He looked at the map. It says, the gold doth lie beneath the whale's eye. Huh? Captain Bones scowled. What's that supposed to mean, lubber? Jack shrugged. Hang it, take 'em back to the ship, shouted Captain Bones. They can rot in there till they're ready to tell us how to find Kidd's treasure. Jack and Annie were tossed into the rowboat. Waves splashed the sides. The sky ahead was dark with thunderclouds. A strong wind had started to blow. Row, dogs, row, said Captain Bones. Pinky and Stinky began rowing toward the big ship. Look, Annie said to Jack. She pointed to the shore. Polly the parrot was flying over the sand. She wants to help us, whispered Annie. Polly started to fly out over the waves, but the winds were too strong. She turned around and flew back to the island. Okay, friends. That's it for today. Tomorrow we'll see what happens, but let's see if we can fill out our book map some more. So we have Jack, Annie, the parrot. We also need to add pirates. So I'm gonna write pirates down here. And where we are at woods, they started out in the Frog Creek woods. They're on the beach and now they're in the ocean on a boat. And at the beginning of the chapter 3, it even told us when, and it was 300 years ago. And that's called the pirate time, is what they called it. So we're doing pretty good. We know our title, Pirates Past Noon. We know our characters, Jack, Annie, the parrot, Polly, and the pirates. We also know where our setting. We were in the woods, on the beach, and now we're on a boat in the ocean. We also know when, 300 years ago, in the pirate time. So tomorrow we will read some more of this book, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you tomorrow.